Hey guys, welcome to the SimRacingPaddock. I'm William Marsh, and we are doing something a little different. We're back in the garage studio for the time being, for now. We're testing out a new monitor, and also, it is time for the next update for Assetto Corsa Competizione. We are on early access release number 4. And this is going to be the release showcasing the Ferrari 488 GT3, the new track of Hungaroring, as well as spectator mode, and adding the driver category and overall rating. So this is an interesting release. It is a new, sort of what am I meaning to say? Oh yeah, this is the final release before the next price jump. So this is the last release you can get at €34.99 before the January release, which is going to be €44.99. And that will add the Emil Frey, Jaguar G3, and Zolder. So that is one thing to keep in mind. This is the last update you can get before it will have the next price jump. So with that being said, I've done some light testing so far in this new build. I have not tested Hungaroring yet. I tested out the new car at the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit for a quick shakedown to see the car. But we will give this a go. But first off, we need to go into our ACC profile. I'm going to turn down the damping and friction a bit, because it's interesting. This is my first time back with this wheel also. So I'm back using the direct drive wheel. It's been a little while, and it's kind of funny. I was getting used to the Thrustmaster wheel, which is significantly less powerful. And even at 30%, 30% is or hold on a second. Logan, no, I'm not paid off, but those ads are based off of your browsing history. Google ads are based off of your browsing history. And if you're browsing news and things like that, that might pop up. So, continuing. I'm just not used to the direct drive wheel again. I need to get reacclimated. It's kind of funny how it is. But let's jump into ACC. So, yeah. Sorry, guys, I haven't been doing much content lately because I just have been busy. I've been busy. I had to I had to take everything out of my room the other day. So, I had to take everything out of my room because I found black mold in my room, which is no bueno. It's absolutely horrible, and had to replace the floors in my room. So literally I had to take all my stuff, my bed, my clothes, my sim rigs out of my bedroom. So that's why I'm back in the new garage studio for now. And yeah, so is he in Full House? I'll be blunt, I don't support Trump. I feel that he has way too many documented lies and content like that he's just thrown out there, and I do not want to support someone who preaches hatred. So that's all I'm going to put at it. Let's not talk politics. We're talking sim racing. So let's jump in. We'll do a quick practice session, and we're going to take the new BMW M6 GT3 practice session. We're not going to do the Nürburgring. We're going to go to Hungaroring. So, we'll do a quick practice run. And I am going to go to the options, because now I'm using this new Alienware monitor I bought on Black Friday. It is a 1440p monitor. So, I'm actually going to turn down settings to see if I can get better frame rates as well, because even non-streaming, I was getting a little bit of a struggle. So I want to see what performance I can get. You guys will be seeing the stream in 60 frames per second. This is a 120 hertz monitor, though. So, no, Logan, you misheard me. I'm back on the direct drive wheel. So, my direct drive wheel at 30% strength is about 50%, or yeah, about 50 to 60% stronger than Thrustmaster wheel. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not used to the strength of a direct drive wheel again after driving with Thrustmaster for so long. And also before that, I was using the Simplicity Compact. That's what I'm saying. The hat, I like wearing hats. I think I look better wearing hats personally. Not a big fan of my hair, so that's why. Romano, no, unfortunately, it doesn't have full triple screen support. That is, from what I've heard, it is a limitation of the, Unreal Engine 4. Sorry, I'm just gonna mute my phone real quick, because that's 2 notifications we've had right in front of the mic. And no, I do not want to know what new pins are on Pinterest right now. Kind of busy at the moment. So, hey DJ, nice to be back online. So, this actually feels like a decent field of view for this car right off the bat with this 34-inch ultra wide. Let's roll off.
Green light, give it all you can.
Turn the car in. So this is the M6 GT3. We're going to turn out the traction control. Really felt it starting to kick in a little before I wanted it to. So blocky. What do you mean blocky? Let me take a look. I don't know what I had the bitrate as before, but I can actually raise it now because finally back to hardwire. So, hold on. Let me check something. Go back to live. I'm using an iPad to try to monitor the stream. You can see it right there. So, hold on a second. We're at 4,000 kilobits. Turn off display capture, though. Because we have display capture on, that might be interfering. So we can go into... not studio mode, settings. Output, we'll do 4,500 for now, because that should be good for hardwire. And I know 4,000 is relatively low, but it's good enough for 1080p 60. But also, in my bedroom, I was actually using wireless, so I couldn't get the full upload that I had available for me. I don't know Hungaroring well, so I'm trying to learn the track, actually. Definite cold tires. Want to get heat in them. Hold on. Okay. Totally missed that corner. Let's actually learn this track now. YouTube recommends 12,000? I was reading 4,500. It's kind of funny. The only time I've really driven Hungaroring is in a third-party mod for Assetto Corsa, because I was doing a sim racing system league. So now trying to learn this track again. So this is front straight. This front straight reminds me of Motegi. That's what it reminds me of. Like, just not downhill. So I don't know if it's me going back to a direct drive wheel from Thrustmaster, but it seems like the force feedback's a little quicker. I'm able to catch slides a little faster. It's not compensating for my bad driving. But should be interesting to see. Okay, that time I got distracted by the chat. I'm not used to having to read it or look at a tablet to read the chat. Hold on a second. There we go, that's slightly closer. Any wheel is gonna generate heat. That's the reality. I'd say belts are a little more sensitive to heat because of the nature of them being rubber, while gears are either plastic or metal. Izzy, my upload speed is about 40 in ideal situations. But I'll address it at a later date. Alright, let's try to actually focus on this. Seems like this car likes to get loose on trail braking. I'll have to mess with the bit rate later on. Interesting track though, I'll say that. Should make for some fun racing. I think I am seeing quite a few good passing opportunities on this track. Should make for some good racing. I will definitely say it's not my favorite track, but it's a good track. Maybe as I learn it a little more, it'll be nice. Turn in. The next lap will be our first clean lap, I think. Unless I make a dumb mistake, which might happen. Alright, Falacia. Don't miss the bus. Hey, Sahin, how's it going? Let's turn in. Roll on the throttle. I'm going to turn up the traction control a bit. So one thing interesting I noticed, I don't know if this was in the previous build, I can't remember off the top of my head, but next to the tires there's now a fuel meter. I don't think that was in the previous build. So it's saying how many liters left, estimated laps. So that's nice to see for longer events. Other than that, UI seems largely the same. There might be more in the way of I don't think there are any more of the track competence bars on the top right. So far, so good. That's a weird turn, though. I'll say that. Try and let go of the wheel with your hands. Hold on.
The fastest step so far.
Well, that's me letting go of it. So, Shaheen, I was mentioning before that the triple screen support is not something that is natively supported in Unreal Engine at this point in time. I was actually talking with Billy Strange about it earlier today, and he was mentioning that for triple screen, true triple screen support to be implemented, it would actually need to be implemented by by Epic Games who create Unreal Engine, or it would need to be an approved mod by Epic Games for Kunos to implement into the engine. And that's one of the things I get a little concerned about, is because Kunos is now outsourcing their engine, in a sense, to a third-party closed-source engine. So some of the stuff that we have in the original Assetto Corsa, and I'd say not really take for granted, but have come to appreciate, realistically, it might not have a chance of being in this new game. That's something that's slightly concerning, because it is a situation where you have to be reliant on another company to implement support for what you need, or to give you permission. So if Kunos wanted to make an engine change in their original Assetto Corsa, you could just, boom, change the code yourself. You can't do that with Epic Games Unreal Engine. It's Epic Games engine, and you'd have to get approval to make code tweaks and things like that. So this is concerning, but I know it's not like a definite no, it's just something that you might be a little concerned about. Hey Teddy, how's it going? Mongo, this is actually a direct drive wheel with an adapter. This is not the Club Sport wheel V2.5 or V2. It's not Club Sport wheel, this is an open sim wheel with a Fanatic rim on it. So let's talk a little bit about how this car drives. So this is, again, the BMW M6 GT3. This is the newest car added to ACC, and it is a front-engine, rear-wheel drive car. So that puts it in a similar vein to the Bentley, and I'm liking this car. This is a nice-feeling car. Actually, wait. I am an idiot. I am an idiot. I've been testing out the wrong car. I've been testing the wrong car. The BMW was last month's update. Ay, ay, ay. This health treatment stuff is like messing with me. So the Ferrari 488 GT3 is the new car. Wow. How? I just got so caught up driving the Ferrari. Well, I wouldn't go as far as say typical. This is like medicine brain will right now. Because I've just been going through the health treatment. Part of the reason I haven't been doing much in the way of streaming and stuff is just like I have been out of it from the medical treatments and stuff. So sorry about that, guys.
Go.
That was a bit of an idiot move on my end. So now we're in the Ferrari. Let me check something real quick, though. I want to see if I can lock the steering wheel. I forget if you can in this. So we can go to options, video. I am not seeing anything about that. General? Nope. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm getting closer on to recovery. This just has been going on way too long. It's frustrating. And yeah. Mongol, possibly. One thing I'd recommend trying on the Club Sport wheel is try negative drift mode around 2 or 3. Try 2 or 3 or maybe even lower. Because that can actually help improve it. So after testing out that BMW, we're now shifting to the Ferrari 488 GT3, the actual new car. And this is a very different beast. This is a mid-engine rear-wheel drive, and much livelier. You can just see how much easier it turns in. It's a lot less boat-like. So I think I mixed up the cars because Studio 397, they just announced they're adding the BMW M8 or M6 GT3. So that's why I mixed up the cars. My bad. So yeah, this car, much quicker in the turns. I like the engine note of this car more too. The BMW M6 sound is okay, but it just doesn't hold a candle to the old BMW Z4 GT3 sound. That was my personal favorite. So, some things I want to mention real quick. So what I'm noticing right now is that even though I toned down to medium settings, the visual fidelity looks a lot better now. I am noticing it's not, like the anti-aliasing is nowhere near as bad as it, bad looking as it was. Sure, there is a little more aliasing because I turned it down to medium. Whoa! Whoops. Yeah, I turned down the anti-aliasing to medium, but you're not seeing that shimmering effect that we were noticing in previous, our actual previous releases. The shimmering is nowhere near as bad. We are seeing the draw distance issue though. We're seeing a little bit of pop-in, which is a trait with Unreal Engine. So we're seeing some tree pop in. If you look in the distance, you'll notice it kind of fades in that sort of shimmering way. But it does seem a little better. Yeah, Mongo, unfortunately I haven't really done much testing with my CSW, so I don't really have much of an answer for you regarding the wheel shakes. I'm sorry about that. So I'm noticing this car will pitch into the corner pretty well. Let's try to turn traction control down to 2. Yeah, we'll try it at 2. Turn in. Roll on the throttle. Feel the car pitch out a bit. I'm liking the upgrades though. I'm liking the added feeling in the force feedback, I think. There's a little bit extra feeling, I think. It seems slightly quicker, which is very nice. I like that it's a little quicker in the force feedback. Able to catch the slides, get that feeling of the car sliding, which was absent in the first couple builds for ACC. So that's very nice to see. It is interesting though, because with this monitor that I'm testing, I think I am noticing a little more input lag. It seems like there is that little bit of input lag that some people are saying it's inherent with Unreal Engine titles. I don't know about that for a fact, but it just seems like there's that bit of input lag. And I'm willing to bet that when we enter a race, it'll be a little more pronounced.
This is your Russell bus.
So speaking of race, let's enter one now. So we can go quit. Leave the track. I have not tested out the new Forza 7 force feedback. I want to, but I just haven't yet. So let's go to... let's see. We'll do a quick race. 15 minutes, yeah. Hits, love the update, but currently it's not stable. I'll wait for a patch, okay. So, we'll do this. And strength. We'll do 88. We want to try climbing through the field a bit. See how this is. But yeah, so far, my impressions are fairly positive. But this is my first time trying a race in this sim. It's interesting, though, because with Unreal Engine, it takes a while for everything to load in. You see the pop-in for the decals. Let's check options. Still, you can't modify controls. I find that unusual. Once you're in here, you can't modify controls. But yeah, taking a look. So we still have temporal anti-aliasing. There's FX and temporal. I'd like to see another one in the future. We'll see how this is. So we'll go to start the race. And you can see now a lot more pronounced input lag. So it's still, like, from early testing, I want to say this is a CPU bottleneck. So some Unreal Engine games are very, very intense on the CPU. And I think this is as well. Also consider, I am streaming right now, so that needs to be taken into consideration as well. I just realized I forgot to tighten my bolts for the OSW, so that's why I'm getting a little bit of play in the OSW right now. I need to fix that later on. I'll fix that before my SRS stream. I'm not scared of this wheel, like, or of the OSW coming crushing me on knees at least, because I at least have it hand tightened enough, but yeah, it's tighter, or it's looser than it should be, I'll put it that way. But it does seem like it's performing slightly better, I think. I think it's performing slightly better than when I've tested before on 1080p at medium. So I think that's a good thing. I will mention that because before, when I was streaming racing at 1080p, I was having issues. This is 1440p ultra wide, same settings roughly, and we are a little smoother. That's nice. We're seeing progress in the optimization. It's not perfect, but we are seeing progress being made. That is nice. That gives me hope that in time for Q1 2019 release date, whenever, it could be optimized. So I'm happy about that. There's still some things I'd love to see changed. I don't like this speed limiter while you're doing the rolling start. So if you lag back and try to go above a certain speed, that cuts in. So when there's like a final corner before going green, that speed limiter will cut in and out, cut in and out, cut in and out. And I've spun on the Nürburgring because of that. I'd love to see an option for Kunos to turn that off, and if you hit the car in front of you, you get penalized. That's how other sims could do it, and that's why I would like to see ACC do. Like, slightly less handholding, that would be nice. And I just got hit in the turn on the pace lap. Okay.
Green light,
so here, green light, we're good. But if I was trying to get on the throttle before, I would have likely had an impact. So those things that you need to keep in mind. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed by this new build. We are legitimately seeing performance increases now. And that's something we want to see. Because before, we would be having major frame issues, I think. We'd likely have major frame issues, and that would inhibit our ability to join. Now, I think I feel a lot more comfortable with this. I'd feel a lot more comfortable racing like this. So that's something I'd like to mention. Ooh, contact. The special effects in this game are awesome. I freaking love actually driving through curves. Or not curves, but when the drivers ahead, they kick up sparks. I love seeing the drivers actually kicking up sparks and me driving through them, or through the rear view, seeing someone else drive through my sparks. That's a nice touch.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
So AI is bugged for endurance racing. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I remember, I think last build they had that bug. This definitely isn't perfect. There's still that input lag. It's not running the highest frame rate, but it's running enough. So it's running enough to be enjoyable. That's one of the big things, I'd say. And the input lag isn't as bad as, say, me playing a game on the console on my old TV, but it's okay. Let's try and make a move on this Lambo. Hard on the throttle, stepped out a wee bit, but we're okay. Trying to do what I can. He gets a little wide. There I go. I lift off a bit and he takes advantage of my mistake. This is good racing. Seems like the AI is slightly less psychotic this build. So that's a nice touch. Before, they would show literally no awareness of me. Now it seems like they're showing some. Had to get hard on the brakes. I didn't get into the rear end though. That's nice. trying to get the run on the outside. Not going to work. I might lose another spot now. Yeah, I pinched myself down there. We got to take it easy. Regain our composure. There's still 11 minutes left in this race. There we go. Little beating and banging out of the corner with the Merc. Get the run out of the corner. Slide job, run a little wide. Not going to get the run on that Bentley, though.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
I earned all 3 track medals for this track. Okay. There we go. Get the run off. Gonna turn traction control down to 2. Feel like it's inhibiting me a little bit coming out of the corner. A little wide there, no bueno. It's weird feeling this knock because of my DD wheel not being tight, but I'll fix it before my next stream. Just forgot to do that. Yeah, this car is definitely on the looser side. I believe we have the aggressive setup loaded on this car by default. To my knowledge, this does not include the multiplayer racing update. That's still like in alpha. Right now, I think it's still just practice sessions. They did add spectator mode though. So I guess if you want to spectate a practice session, I guess. So I think we're closing in on this lead group. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better with this build for racing now. That's something I am liking. So in this build release, the only thing I saw was spectator mode. We can take a look shortly and get an idea, but yeah, right now I just want to finish this AI race, see if they don't stop for any picnics. Cut that curb a little too aggressively. Okay, they did add multiplayer. Okay, so we can take a look at least. Maybe we can find a session to join and test out. Unless patch notes are lying. Okay. I was looking at the roadmap update, not the full changelog, so that might have been my mistake. So sorry about that, guys.
We're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Server was dead. Okay. Hopefully it's back
Well
up.
done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Yeah, thanks, Sneaky Snack. We're closing in on this other Ferrari. Man, this force feedback's brutal. Whoa! Okay, we survived. Barely. Okay. That was a dumb mistake on... Ow! That was a dumb mistake on my end. I got distracted by chat. That was my mistake. I own up to that. Crossover move. So I don't know if we'll be able to catch them now. Little bump. Robin's racing. I got the bump, but I didn't get the run. Okay, we should have the slipstream. Couldn't outbrake him. Didn't want to be too aggressive there. This is not multiplayer. This is against the AI. Try to get the run out of this corner. Got a little too loose for my liking. Go aggressive, go big or go home. That did not work. I almost missed the turn because I was adjusting my traction control. Wow, that was a fail. Yeah, that was an epic fail on my part. This is at, I think, 88 difficulty. 88 difficulty, which isn't that tough, but it seems like they're putting up a little more of a fight than before. Okay, so let's jump into multiplayer and see what's going on now. So, early access preview. So there's free practice 1, 3-hour endurance race. I don't want to do an endurance event though. Wow, there are so many 3-hour servers, I guess. And I can drive, but sometimes just like to goof off. Let's check this out. So we'll jump into this. We'll do the Ferrari. Why not? Connect. Hopefully this server is a little better than our last month.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Let's check timetables. Wait, Dave? Oh, that's on David Greco. I was thinking it was David Greco at first. So continue. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's session over. Come on. But it's interesting though, because now that we're in this different server, we're seeing it's smoother because the CPU doesn't have to compensate for actually driving all of those AI cars. So now it's actually a little better, I think. Except, interesting. So this is the end of the server, I guess. There we go. That was a short qualifying run. We'll change this to miles per hour. Forgot to take off the parking brake. That happened to my dad once. My dad, he used to have a 1991 Honda Civic,
the race is about to start.
and he just totally forgot to turn off the parking brake, and that led to him actually, he like destroyed the brakes.
Green light, go, go, go.
I hate that throttle cut. This is a 10-minute race. Perfect. Already big wrecks. Okay. Okay. Vehicular manslaughter. Right off the bat. Let's see how we do on our first ever ACC online race. Driving relatively aggressive ahead of me. Laid on the throttle because I got a little bit sideways.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front.
I gotta turn traction control down to 3 here. See how this goes. 1 lap in the books.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
1 car's off the track into the wall. We're up to 4th.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Man, hitting the curbs in this is brutal.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
I'd like to just turn down the curb effects a little bit. Just rips the wheel out of your hands. I forget if there's a curb effect slider in the settings.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Little tight out of that corner.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
A little early on the brakes there, but it's all right. I don't know if this is for position or just to pass a lapper.
Yellow flag, be careful.
I guess it was for position. This guy is a little bit warping.
Halfway through, keep it up.
Whoa, a little loose there.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
That was the lap down car there. Plaza, I believe, is on the same lap. Yes, he is. So this could be battle for second.
Yellow flag, be careful.
That lag threw me off a bit there. I need to apex later for that corner. Couldn't get a good drive off.
Well done, mate. Fastest lap of the race so far. Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front.
I have another car closing in behind me. Don't know what happened to Murphy.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a weird spin. Winter Jam at Sonoma. I didn't know that was going on. I'll have to take a look.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
Is it just me, or is the spotter for this very eager for yellow flags?
Alright man, the leader is on the final lap. Give me the final push.
Someone's off. Oh, come on. Really? They're doing this? So, it seems like ACC, they end the race when the leader crosses the line. They don't give the rest of the field any chance to finish. That's frustrating. Because I was closing in on Schmidt. I would have liked to battle to the line. But that's how the race ends. Okay. Yeah, that's something I would love to see fixed. Personally, I'd love to see that fixed. So in the future, maybe. So I guess we finished 4th. I wish they would do a better job of showing. Except Schmidt in 12th, so that's weird. So yeah, let's go back into a practice session and share my final thoughts on this update so far. Because we can. That would not make sense if that was GT3 rules. Because what, the field just totally freezes when the leader crosses start finish line? Yeah, that's not right. Because they say leaders on the final lap, push, push, push. And boom. That doesn't make sense.
Green light, go, go, go.
Okay, so let's start on my final thoughts for this new update. Hey, Victor, you're coming in right as I'm about to end. Sorry, man. So, final thoughts on what I think of this new update. It's a pretty substantial one behind the scenes, I'd say that, which is great. It needed that behind the scenes update. So now, for almost the first time, I actually feel comfortable doing an online race, or not an online race, just a race in general. And then adding the online race functionality is nice. They need to change how the races end though. They need to change that because, like, just cutting off the race right when the leaders cross the start-finish line, to my knowledge, there is no racing series whatsoever in real life that does that. Like, they always let you race to the line unless it's a race ending under caution. So there's that. There's those little fixes that need to be made. This feels even smoother though. That's a nice thing. They still need to do more optimization. There's still like a little bit of input lag that I can detect. A little bit. But it's getting less and less. I'd say Kunos needs to focus on the CPU overhead. They need to focus on optimization for CPUs. Because in previous streams, we would take a note and we would open up Task Manager and see how much CPU was being used, and generally that was being used more than the GPU. So I believe it's a CPU bottleneck. So there's that. It's slightly concerning. And then also the triple screens. I know a lot of people talk to me about, is triple screen going to be implemented? Is triple screen going to be implemented? And I don't know. That's the scary part. That's the scary part about this being on Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine does not feature native support for triple screens. That is something to keep in mind. It does not natively support multi-rendering. So it doesn't render 3 separate images, which is sort of the standard triple screen, like official triple screen that we go to. That's what we call it, multi-view. Unreal Engine does not support that. It is a limitation of the engine, so it would come down to Epic Games supporting multi-view, or Kunos Simulazione getting support and permission from Epic Games to modify Unreal Engine 4 to support it. That's one of the things, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm slightly concerned about with ACC being on this engine. It's no longer, oh, I want to add something, I can just tweak code and implement it. That's not how it works, because now they have like licensed this third-party engine that they aren't building, that someone else built for them. So that is something that needs to be considered. And I don't know if triple screen support will be officially added. I'm not going to explicitly say no, because things change. This is an evolving engine. Kunos might strike a deal, but I'm a little more on the pessimistic side. I'm a little more pessimistic about it than optimistic. But a lot can change. Like, the full release of this is coming Q1 2019, so it's like roughly spring 2019, and a lot could change. Or they don't need permission? Okay. I was talking with Billy Strange, and he said that they needed permission or something, so apologize for that. So, but they would still need to make extensive modifications to the source code. And it's an engine that they're still, like, their main priority with Unreal Engine 4 is that they need to actually have a working game. They need to get Assetto Corsa Competizione working in Unreal Engine to the best they can before focusing on triple screen. That's like what their priority is right now. And so far, they're doing a decent job. There's improvements that need to be done, sure, but they're doing all right. This new car, I like it. It definitely has that Ferrari GT3 car feel, and it's snappy, it's fun, and I'm enjoying it. But keep in mind that it's still a work in progress. This is still a title that is in development. You're paying for the early access. You are getting the game at a reduced price in exchange for dealing with some bugs, dealing with some glitches, dealing with issues. Like that hip stop issue that people were mentioning. That is something that needs to be dealt with. So, like, you're dealing with those issues, and you're at the same time investing your time, your money into Kunos, supporting them with the damage. Not the damage, but supporting them with what they're doing. And I'm proud to support what they're doing. I am proud to say that they are making improvements. In terms of frame rate and feel, this feels a lot smoother than what it did a month ago. It feels a little bit better. That is nice. They're going in the right direction. There's still a lot more that needs to be done, though. Realistically, there is. They need to fix some bugs. They need to improve the functionality of some stuff. And then I could, say it will get a lot better. So I have faith in Kunos that they'll do a great job when this full release comes out. There's still quite a bit of time left. There's still quite a few releases to go. I want to say there's 2 more early access releases, and then I want to say around March or April would be when I'd assume the final game comes out, and we can judge how it is. I'm not judging this as a finished title right now. I'm judging this as an early access, and as an early access, it's pretty good. When the full game is announced to be released, when they say they have done the job, the game is complete, that is when I will judge it as a full title. Until then, I'm not, because they have still improvement that needs to be done, and they are continuing to do that. We're seeing that. So I just want to check the pit stop because I think I missed that at times. So here's the pit stall. Will this do anything? Oh, it's actually pulling me into the pits. Okay. Well, that's cool. That reminds me a little of the animation, I guess, for the F1 games. You pull into the pits and get the car serviced. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching this. Thanks for watching this stream and listening to my thoughts about what's going on with ACC. There's still work that needs to be done, but it's promising. They are going in the right direction. Frame rate is a little better. Things are getting improved. I can actually feel comfortable racing now. That's a good thing. But at the same time, there are still things that need to be improved. They need to fix that way the race ends, things like that. And when they do that, I would feel a lot more comfortable with being able to race in ACC. But guys, thanks for watching. I should be doing some more ACC content in the future. But until then, thanks for watching. For the Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh, and you guys have a good one.